Now joining us in the studio, the director of TrevorLive LA this Sunday, as well as Glee, Rock of Ages, and Hairspray, and a lot of other awesome stuff, Adam Shankman. Welcome. What are you laughing at?
Because the way you just said my resume, I'm like literally the gayest person alive. I'm like that. I was like, wow, I didn't even know I was that gay. That's so cool. Okay, wow.
You learn one new thing about yourself every day.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. You're actually down the street from the event where it's all taking place.
Yeah.
This just consumes you, I'm sure.
You know, I just came off of directing the Christmas episode of Glee, and it ended up being much bigger than I thought it was going to be, and doing a Macy's campaign. Which, by the way, when you see it, is super gay too. It's a lot of dancing girls and all that. So, yeah, this event has. It's like I put a bike pump in there, an air pump, and just did this, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And because I really think it's important to spread the word, and I'm really encouraging all the participants this year to really get in their social media, to tweet like crazy, to just keep getting the word out there that this is an important organization, and most importantly, an important resource for the disenfranchised, LGBT kids.
Yeah, and you've been involved for a while.
3 years.
That's
heavily.
a while in Hollywood.
Yeah, that is a while in Hollywood. That's true. I had a very kind of different experience in terms of, I was never bullied, although I am bullied now because people are very angry about certain things that happen on TV shows and movies that I work on, and so I get death threats now.
No.
So anyway. But when I was young, I very wisely built an army of the hottest girls in school around me, so no one could mess with me.
Very mean girls.
Yeah,
Queen Bee.
I was very Queen Bee.
Okay.
Good for you. So I somehow avoided that, but I personally had a very hard time coming out with myself. I think what people don't realize about coming out is that I think it's harder on the person who has to come out than it is on anybody else usually.
Totally.
Because self-acceptance, in something where you especially like. I'm a white kid from Brentwood, and so suddenly to think I'm a minority and legislation might be passed against me and God hates me. I mean, it's like the whole thing is very rough. Mm-hmm. So to feel alone within that is very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like there's hopefully a lot of resources now, and we're evolving as a community to understand the importance of that. But how do we really create change?
Well, for me, the most important thing is that policy becomes legislated in public schools about punishing, because now between the cyberbullying and the bullying, people need to report these things. Kids are embarrassed to report it because it's humiliating.
Yeah, totally.
And so there has to be a policy put forward. And Trevor actually has a seat in Washington now and is the biggest and most vocal advocate for teen suicide prevention and anti-bullying. So it's really important.
So this is all really close to home for you. So when you're planning...
Literally, I live up the street.
Oh, well, then there you go. When you're planning something like this for TrevorLive, it's a huge production. What are some of the challenges you face going forward?
In terms of this, this is a particularly rough year because it came in the year of the election and everybody's kind of tapped financially, so that's really rough. Plus, there seems to be, especially with social media, I am asked to donate every day of my life to these really valid causes, and so it becomes an issue of picking and choosing what's important to you. The challenge for me is, I really open up. I'm very lucky because I do know a lot of people because of what I have done in my career, and people are really happy to come out for this particular event. Mm-hmm. But creating a thematic evening, I'm not going to kid you, I produced the Oscars 3 years ago, and this is as hard.
Really?
Like sometimes just dealing with the publicists and dealing with the talent and, trying to get them to sing songs that I want them to sing, and so that they thematically fit in with so that it's right and it's not just some song that they know.
What can people expect, speaking of all these
This year, other than 2 performances, everything was either composed or the lyrics were written by somebody from the LGBTQ community.
No. Wow.
Yeah, so
Very
it's
cool.
whether it's Elton John or Cole Porter or Stephen Sondheim or Linda Perry. It's Jessica Sanchez is actually singing "Beautiful," which is gonna with a big choir from America.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be like the earth is gonna open up and
Intense.
swallow the
And
room.
Katy Perry is being honored this year,
And Katy's
just like
being
Lady
honored.
Gaga was last year. What
Yeah.
goes into making the decision of who's getting honored that year?
Well, I think that I'm going to speak very, very frankly. You know, it's very important to find people who are legitimate and valid and are role models. And Lady Gaga and both Katy Perry are huge advocates for being yourself and being vocal
Totally.
about who you are. So that's really important. It's very important to honor somebody who's going to sell tickets too.
Of
Do you know what I
course.
mean?
No,
It's
yeah.
like so that you can bring attention to the cause.
It's a package.
And
You want
it
the-
is a package. I mean, when I used to do Commitment to Life, which was the big AIDS benefit that APLA did, which vanished because people stopped dying in America, which is crazy because it's still an issue. You know, we would raise $5 million in an evening. But we'd honor people like Hillary Clinton and Barbara Streisand, and you know, I mean, people that really. Bette Midler once made a joke when they called her to say she was being honored. They said, "You're being honored," and she said, "Really?" And they said, "Yeah, what are you singing?" You know. So
We don't even, yeah.
Can we
even
expect a
care.
performance from Katy Perry?
I can't say yes and I can't say no.
Okay.
It's a surprise.
Then people will just have to.
But I would
stay
imagine,
tuned.
that you could expect Darren Criss saluting Katy. You
Okay.
know,
That's a little hit.
because-
Oh, and he's
'cause,
blushing.
he's basically
Literally
starting
feel it
to
right
Darren
blush.
is basically sang the entire Katy Perry song.
Oh,
with
I'm
Don
aware.
Glee. Yeah, so
I'm fully aware.
Most of the Glee kids are going to be there. The Glee kids really come out in force. But I would have to say that's really important because I can say safely that no television show has done more for the cause than Glee in terms of, you know, fairness and anti-bullying and they've even done suicide prevention stuff, you know, with Max Adler's character. So. Yeah, so I'm really proud of all those kids that they come. I calling them kids. They're like 40.
They'll always
not
be kids
40.
in our
They're not
minds.
40. But
Don't ruin the illusion.
Well, we are so excited to see all these people and see the entire show come into fruition and support this amazing cause. It's an honor for all of us. I mean, just being part of this past 2 years with this organization, it's been such a blast and amazing people.
This year we have people that we've never gotten to have before too, like Kristin Chenowith has never performed for Trevor,
know,
and
yeah.
There you go.
Kristin is going to be singing, and I'm not going to say that she's not singing something from Wicked. Sarah Bareilles is going to be,
Sarah Bareilles
and I'm
is
also
great.
not going to say that she might not be doing Gravity, which was the Emmy-winning piece from So You Think You Can Dance, and I'm not saying that the kids aren't going to dance with her and send live, and One Republic is performing.
Wow.
And, yeah, I know. So it's a big show.
And we'll
I'm
be
telling
talking
you.
to all of them on the red carpet.
Yes.
And you can all be involved. Thank you so much, Adam.
It's my
For
pleasure.
stopping by. You're in the midst of rehearsals right now. So
I know.
we
Next
really
couple days of my
appreciate
life
it.
are all. I'm just gonna be camped out at the Palladium. So.
There you go.
Well, we will be there soon.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, I'm
And,
excited.
and all of you can watch Trevor Live live streams starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern this Sunday, hosted by me and the lovely Tyler Oakley.
And we are talking to huge stars like Katy Perry and Darren Criss and Amy Poehler and more.
yeah,
So
you could watch it at thetrevorproject.org.
/
Live stream.
Yes. And if you want, you can tweet us all of your questions with the hashtag TrevorLive at, you know, what's trending, at, you know, Trevor Project. And don't forget to check in for the live stream on Get Glue for some exclusive stickers.
Yeah, and thanks to Toyota Financial Services for helping us put this entire stream together.
Yes.
We couldn't do it with amazing brands that power these types of
Totally.
things.
That's true.